this prison talk show tonight. Certainly, we're happy to have you with us on tonight. We have a very special guest with us tonight on this prison talk show. We want to deal with this subject of the young man Joseph Dwayne Taylor's death down there in Shreveport, Louisiana, my hometown, where I was born and raised right there. And yeah, we had a wrongfully death that's been pending down there. Looks like it's been put in the hands of certain individuals who are trying to keep it at a all-time wraps and trying to hide the discovery of the information of it. But we do have a guest with us tonight, Pastor Lacey Houston, who I've been knowing all my life since we was kids growing up. He's known for in the community of standing ground, holding to truth and facts about life and the things that are happening in our lives. I tell people all the time on this show, it could be you next, and it could be your child next. So none of us are safe. We all need to work as one hand to bring a change in our own personal community. So tonight I want to haste on to this show, and I know we're supposed to be on at 8 o'clock, but tonight was a very difficult night for me and also for this pastor. He has his own company, his own business, and he's taking care of leading business. And that means is we was unable to get here on tonight, and certainly we are here now. So listen, tell someone that we're on the air. We're live on the air on the Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. We're all over in these different areas. Channel 38 coming soon to Houston, Texas. All right, listen, let's bring our guest in tonight that's going to be with us, and certainly we want him to feel welcome. And I want you guys to help me welcome Pastor Lacey Houston as he enters to the studio with us. Yeah, Pastor Lacey, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How are you, Bishop?
I'm doing good, man. I'm trying to keep up with the rich folks like you.
Yeah.
um, it certainly is a horrible experience to have to come on tonight and speak about this young man, death. Joseph Dwayne Taylor down in Shreveport, Louisiana. Uh, how old was this young man?
33.
33 years old. That's mighty young.
The age
That's,
sound and the Bishop.
yes, sir. Say it again.
The age sound familiar.
Yes, sir. We done been there, ain't it? That's a very active and active, may I say, on the Jewella, Cooper Road, Motown, you name it, boy, downtown. Boy, we rode the block, didn't we?
Yes.
So, Pastor Lacey, introduce yourself to the people, then we'll start digging into the story.
Okay, yeah. I'm Pastor Lacey Houston of the Life Church of Dickinson, Texas, about 20 miles south of Houston. Uh, from Shreveport, Louisiana, but transitioned here to the Houston area about 10 years ago.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, looks like you've been busy since you've been here.
It's been good to us, definitely.
You want to give the people your address to your church and time to serve is a good spot to do it as we move forward afterward.
Right, 4601 East Texas Street, Dixon, Texas. Service started at 10 a.m.
Well, that's a good time too. I might pop up on you when I'm shooting hooky. Well, you heard it, folks. The address to the church of this local pastor who was seeking justice in the community. Pastor Lacey, if you could tell us what happened down there in Shreveport with this young man's death.
Right, right. Well, on April the 23rd, about 9:15, Joseph was pulled over by the Shreveport police officers there on Mansfield Road in Valley View in Shreveport.
Okay.
They pulled him over for a improper lane usage.
Right.
When the officer got to the door of the car, he told him that he noticed his car had touched the yellow line, so that's why he pulled him over.
Right.
And he asked Joseph, and people always talk about complying. He asked Joseph for his driver's license, insurance card, and registration, all of that stuff.
Right.
And then after he gave him all of that stuff, the officer asked him to step out of the car, step to the back of the car.
Right.
And Joseph asked the question, why? Why,
Okay.
why do I need to step out of the car? If I did, I would just give him a ticket.
Right.
I like to talk to people at the back of the car. Joseph said, well, you don't have probable cause to get me out of the car. Why don't you just give me a ticket?
Right.
So the officer then quoted a Supreme Court case, Mims versus Pennsylvania,
Right.
which was had very little to do with what he said, but it, on to the facts. Joseph, he told him, well, if you want out of the car, just turn your car off, so I know
Right.
that you run away.
Right.
Joseph did. I have no reason to run away, and he proceeded to turn his car off as he was instructed. So he's complying.
Right.
Well, two other officers went over to the driver door and they snatched him out of the car. Once they snatched him out of the car, he broke away from them and tried to run. They took him in the ditch and they began to beat him. And some bystanders was recording the beating. Uh,
Right.
they all of a sudden jumped off and began shooting him.
Wow.
Uh, he was shot 4 times in the back. He was face down at the time he was shot. Um, and question was, why did all the officers jump off at the same time? And once
Right.
we came back, we realized that they got off because one of them said, "Get back, get back, get back," because he was ready to then shoot him. So that's
Right.
yeah. And so they shot and they killed him. They shot him 4 times in the back. He was face down. He was unarmed at the time of the shooting. Uh, and Since the shooting, they've tried to say that he had a gun.
Right.
They released images of what appeared to be a shiny object as he exited the car. But that object seen in the videos where it fell to the ground. So whatever was in his hands at the door, he
Right.
dropped the car, and it wasn't with him when he was fatally shot.
Wow. So the incident, I got the clip here that I'm gonna add to the stream directly here in just a moment here. Um, so to give the people a little bit more of an insight of what happened here, and then we'll begin to break it down and break it down and be able to look at it. So let's go to the screen here. We're gonna put it on the screen here. We're gonna bring it to the spotlight. We're gonna play the clip so the people can hear it. Okay, my goodness, hold on 1 second.
Boy. I'm supposed to went to work. I ain't even going to work. Come and check on y'all leg. Y'all can go home. I need to go to my purse and
Folks, if you're coming in, we're watching the video. The young man gets killed by the Shreveport Police Department.
Damn. Oh, twin, they pulling him out the car. Well, I don't know. The female officer went over to his side, yep. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Damn. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. He didn't do anything. They not playing with this boy.
Okay, we're gonna try from another angle as well. We're gonna try from another angle as well. That's from a different perspective there, but we're gonna pull up the other one that's there as well, and then we're going to come back to it. I'm going to use this officer body cam that we have here. Okay, we're going to hear what they have to say from the perspectives of what they're saying that happened. So
Right.
let's go to. Are you saying something, Pastor Lacy?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna look at it from that perspective, from that end, and then we're gonna come back to it. So let's remove this from the scene, and then we're gonna share this video here that's on there now. Let's see. Okay, and we're gonna share this thing here, and let's see what they're saying, and then we're gonna bring up one more video, ladies and gentlemen, because you need to watch this due to the fact that this is how they get to use their technology. And I want to clear out something real clear tonight. We got more better cell phone pictures and video than the police have on their vest, on their body cam.
Right.
Something is wrong with it, and it always falls out for them when something huge like this is going on. How come every police officer that involved in the shooting, cameras always falls off their armor? I don't get that. To me, it's it's heinous. To me, it's a setup. To me, it's a bunch of lies. It's a bunch of scams with that, and I think we need to address it from the heart of the matter. We pay taxes. Why don't you have better cam? And why aren't they uniform or dressed with this cam where it cannot fall off? That way it won't be a description on what happened, how it happened, and when it happened. So let's take a look at this thing here. Let's watch it. And ladies and gentlemen, let's see what it says. Oh my goodness.
Briefing video. This critical incident community briefing is intended to give the community a better understanding of the incident that occurred. We will present the evidence that we currently have, inclusive of possible 911 calls, body-worn cameras, and other relevant evidence related to this incident. This information is based on what we know right now. We are still in the very early stages of this comprehensive investigation, and our understanding of the incident may change as additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. The ability of the department to investigate these incidents depends on the impartiality and transparency of the investigation and consideration to the potential criminal culpability of those involved. These images are difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong and offensive language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers. On Sunday, April 23, 2023, at approximately 9:45 p.m., troopers with the Louisiana State Police Bureau of Investigations were requested by the Shreveport Police Department to investigate an officer-involved shooting. The shooting occurred on Mansfield Road at Valley View Drive within the city limits of Shreveport. The initial investigation revealed that at approximately 9:31 p.m., Officer Vashati with the Shreveport Police Department's Community Response Unit initiated a traffic stop on a blue 1994 Chevrolet Caprice for improper lane usage. Once Officer Vashati came into contact with the subject, later identified as 33-year-old Joseph Dwayne Taylor of Shreveport, Taylor became uncooperative and failed to comply with lawful orders to exit the vehicle. At approximately 9:33 p.m., Shreveport police officers Simmons and Sergeant Denby arrived on the scene. As officers attempted to take Taylor out of the vehicle, he physically resisted and a struggle ensued. As Taylor was being removed from the vehicle and taken to the ground, officers identified an object in his right hand. During the struggle, Officer Vashati deployed his taser, which was ineffective. As officers attempted to remove Taylor's hands from under his body, they became immediately aware that Taylor was armed with a firearm. Taylor began to push his body up and away from the ground. Officers then backed away from Taylor, and Officer Vashati fired several rounds from his service weapon. The handgun seen in Taylor's right hand was later determined to be a Glock 19 9mm with an extended magazine and a modification switch, making the gun fully automatic. Taylor was transported to Ochsner LSU Health Shreveport and pronounced deceased. The scene was processed by Louisiana State Police crime scene technicians, and LSP investigators continue to work diligently in conducting a thorough investigation. Additional information will be released, including video evidence in coordination with the Caddo Parish District Attorney's Office. You will now view Officer Vashati's in-car dashboard and body-worn camera footage. Officer Vashadi's body-worn camera falls off of his uniform during the struggle. Once the camera is on the ground, you will hear only the audio. Please keep in mind that the entire incident took place in approximately 1 minute and 43 seconds once Taylor was initially asked to step out of the vehicle.
How's it going, man? Hey, I'm Officer Vashadi of the Shreveport Police Department. Man, the only reason I'm stopping you, not a big deal. Whenever you're coming down here, you tag the yellow line like you're about to go off the road. That's it. I was making sure you ain't drunk or nothing crazy like that, man. You doing all right today? Any weapons in the car, man? No? Okay. You got an ID, license? You got insurance on the car? All right, sweet. What year is it, man? It's nice. I like it. Thank you, sir. How long have you had it? Okay. You need to fix it up yourself? Oh, my bad. I got you, man. You still staying on Wagner or you somewhere else now? Jefferson Page? Okay. I got you. Hey, whenever you go get a new license, I see you just got it, but man, whenever you get a chance, whenever you get money, just go get a new license, because I'm not gonna write you a ticket for it, but if the state boys ever get you, they're gonna write you a ticket for having the wrong address. So I ain't tripping on nothing like that though, okay? Not a big deal, boss. All right, Mr. Taylor. Hey man, just hop out there, I'm gonna talk to you back there, and then I'm gonna get you on your way, okay? All right, man. Do what? Oh, I talked to everybody out there. That's all. That's it. Yeah, so Pennsylvania versus Mims Supreme Court case, I can order anyone out of a vehicle for any reason. I don't need probable cause. If you make it more difficult than it needs to be, we can go that route, but man, I'm just trying to get you out of here quick. I don't need probable cause to get you out of the vehicle. Okay, man, you don't have to understand it. Okay, just get out the car, okay? At least turn the car off so I know you ain't gonna run off. Okay, turn the car off. All right, step out the car, man. Who's your cousin? Who's your cousin? You say you... Okay, well, just hop out the car, man. Dude, get out the car. I'm not gonna fucking tell you again. Get out the car! Hey, he's got something in his hand. He's got something in his hand. Hey, get his hand. Get his hand. He's leaving. I swear to God, I'll shoot you. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Get up. Get up. Get up. Ah. Fire this bitch.
You will now view Officer Vashadi's in-car dashboard camera. This video will be slowed down in order to give you a better understanding of what happened when Taylor was removed from the vehicle.
You say you... Okay, well, just hop out the car, man. Dude, get out the car. I'm not gonna fucking tell you again. Get out the car. Hey, he's got something in his hand. He's got something in his hand.
You will now view Officer Simmons' body-worn camera footage of the incident. Officer Simmons' body-worn camera falls off of her
I can
uniform
see a
during
gun
this
in
video.
his hand.
Once the camera is on the ground, you will hear only the audio. You will then view a portion of the video that is slowed down in order to give you a better understanding of what happened when Taylor was removed from the vehicle.
We don't know what it is.
Say it again.
You can see something reflecting. You don't know what it is.
Right.
In order for people to try to say it's a gun, they got to say it's upside down. It's
Yeah. It's not something that I saw. It's not something that I saw as we moved it. We'll be back to that clip. Not something I seen that was a gun. I've drawn it up. We looked at it deep, and it did not appear to be a gun. It was something that was dark, but it wasn't a gun. That's number one. Number two, what I didn't like about it is how he escalated it. If you don't get out the car, this could turn into something worse.
right,
That's a threat. You threaten that young man, officer. You threaten. I'm gonna pull your information up and get all your information on you. Uh, right there in Shreveport. I'm going to get deep into this story because the way he talked to him, he said, if you don't get out of the car, this is going to get worse. It's going to be, something
right,
terrible.
right. He
You,
escalated.
you threaten him. These young folks ain't gonna put up with you talking to them crazy. You should have he should have, in other words, to me, he incited it and he escalated that. How
Right,
does our young people get pulled over for a traffic ticket and lose their life over a traffic ticket?
right. I mean, if it was simple as a traffic stop, write him a ticket. I mean, there's no need for him to get out. I've been stopped several times by the police and never asked to get out of the car.
Right. I don't get it. I don't get it why they did it. I understood the traffic stop was he was pulled over for the traffic stop due to the fact that he hit the line and he may have thought that the young man was drunk or what have you, or whatever the situation may be. I get it. But the approach, anything that turned out horrible like that has something to do with the approach. It's how
Exactly.
he approached him.
Exactly.
He started out very kind and nice when, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Let me why he started out kind and nice.
Right,
He started out kind and nice because he was waiting on the backup to come. So he was stalling.
right,
Right.
okay,
Right. So
okay,
he was stalling, waiting on his backup to come. Once
uh-huh,
it came, that's when he started to curse and this gonna get bad, yada yada yada, because the backup was there.
okay. So, which is a coward move. Which was a coward move. That means is you waiting on your gang to arrive. You know,
Right.
we went to school. There were Bloods and Crips, and on Cooper Road it was Hoovers and Crips.
Uh-huh.
It was amazing how that one Hoover or that one crew, that one Crip was bad, but he wasn't bad if he was outnumbered.
Right.
But soon as that backup came, oh man, he like a bullhorn going out. He like a bull in the stall. We can do this. We can get out. And it's the same behavior that you see here with this officer. Started out smooth and then became very disrespectful when he felt that this young man wasn't going to cooperate with him in his wrongdoing. No
Right.
one should have to step out the car for a traffic ticket.
Right. And
So,
said to him, get out of the car or at least turn the car off,
off.
run. And he
Right,
did that. He turned the car off.
right. I seen it in the video where he reached and turned the car off and left it sitting there and then stood back.
Yeah.
Sit back. Said, I don't have to get out the car for a traffic ticket. You have my information. Write me a ticket. Let me go. There is, even if he had weed in the car or if he had a gun in the car, you pulled this man over for a traffic ticket. Then you want to turn it into all kind of discoveries. There was no
Right.
crime committed.
And you can't just the police are not allowed to search your car without
without without proper permission. And
Mhm.
but to order him out the car, you need a proper reason to order him out the car. If you felt like your life is in threat and was in danger, at that point you were talking to him. You never mentioned that he possibly was a gun. There is no way you can have a gun that they're saying that he have that big sitting down there between his legs and you don't see it.
Right, right,
The
right.
young man frame size is too small for you to miss anything that's by him.
160 pounds.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on. You
yeah.
you are trained as an officer to see a weapon whether it's in plain view or not in view. You're trained to see that. This is what you go to school for. This is training of the class to see. And if this was the case, why did you use a gun rather than your taser?
Now, if you listen to the narration, now one thing I like to say about the Louisiana State Police spokesperson that's narrating the events,
Right,
telling you what she wants you to see.
right.
So in the video, you will see what she said. You ever been stand up and you look up in the sky and you say, if you turn your head this way, it
Yeah,
look like Jesus. Then
right,
now the person that you told this,
right,
they know in their head in order to see what you told them they would see.
right, right,
If you tell them that, they probably would never have seen that. So
right.
she's telling you what she wants you to see. So this is as he runs away, that the officer deployed the taser, but it was ineffective.
Oh.
Well, they tackled him right after that, face down on the ground, and three of them on top of him. He's 160 pounds.
And how would a taser be non-effective to a young man and you on the back of him with a taser?
Right,
Three
right.
of y'all cannot control a young man with 160 pounds. That means you automatically flunk training right there. You are out of shape.
Yeah.
You out of shape. And when that happens, then you got a person laying on the ground that have lost their life for an uncaused justice. A traffic ticket, folks. A traffic ticket is killing our sons. A traffic ticket. Now, I would like to reiterate most of the shooting is coming from the police police department, all the way around the United States of America. And the police department is a breathing ground for the Klansmen. Always have and always will. If you go back through the time of Martin Luther King, they always loose those canine dogs, those German shepherds, upon the people. To this day, the canine dog is still a German shepherd. Different types of German shepherd, but this one is more close to a wolf that I understand and more smarter than the average German shepherd. But we need to come together and ban the entire police department from using these dogs. And on top of that, they're getting these people out of here. It's amazing that every time a young Negro is shot, it's amazing there's three or four Caucasian people standing around and usually have done the shooting.
Yes. Hmm.
Something wrong with this, folks. We're going to have to do what we got to do and look into this. We pay their salaries. Our taxes come out of this. Again, this may not be your child, but it could be your child next week. It could be your child tonight.
Right, right.
You don't know what can arouse. These people are out here has an agenda to tear down the minority race. That's their agenda.
And let me say this. A lot of people say, "Well, I raised my child different," or "I live in the suburbs."
That
Well,
don't mean nothing.
San Antonio, African American San Antonio police officer was jogging, and two white police officers pulled up on him as a jogger,
Right.
and some of the same issues. Now, by the grace of God, he was not killed, but they treated him like a common criminal, and he
Right.
officer himself.
Right.
We're not immune because I live in a gated community in the suburbs, but
Right.
I'm not naive enough to believe that because I live in a gated community in the suburbs,
Right.
this can't happen to me. As a matter of fact, a city councilman in the city of Shreveport, Louisiana, where this took place, he made a comment at a city council meeting where he said, once I take this suit and this bow tie off and these tattoos are showing,
Woo.
I get nervous if I get pulled over.
That's it.
Right, right. So, and we talk about it all the time. We're the only race of people that has to tell our children how to behave when a police pull you over.
And
Nobody.
that's sad. That's sad. That mean is that mean folks that mean is we're still incarcerated semi-slavery anytime that you have to behave a certain way. Only difference is them not telling us to get off the sidewalk anymore is looking at us saying, okay, you ain't got to get off the sidewalk. Boom, you're dead. We ain't got to worry about you on the sidewalk no more.
Yeah.
How long we gonna sit out here and let these folk keep killing our children?
Right. Right.
How long? And I don't have a problem with what is his name? The one who representing the Negro family, the black people family,
Ben Crump.
Ben Crump. I don't have a problem with Ben Crump, but I have a problem with what he's doing. And I'll tell you why. And we're gonna get back to this part where this video is playing concerning this young man's death. Ben Crump would go to war for the people. But at the end of the day, it's always a money settlement. And then after the money is selling, they pay the family off, but they go right back in another state and kill another one of our children off. What good is the money if our children have started being killed off? You mean to tell me my son is for sale? You get to kill my son and give me $200, $300 to $1 million, couple million, $10 million, and all this go away? No. My kid is not for sale. You're not going to fight for me and my family and my kid die. And you say, okay, we're going to get this out the news now. We're going to make a settlement. No, you're not going to give that officer no 5 or 10 years for killing my son. And he's wrong. I think we need to strike down this immunity law, which is being struck down now. I think in the Negro community, if a European, Caucasian folks, I don't call them white folk because that's just what they use in slavery time to create them to be better than anybody else. They're Caucasian. That's just what they are. And if they kill any one of our children in our community, they need to be held accountable. If you're going to hand my son 30 years for killing an officer, offer the death penalty, you need to give the officer 30 years or a life penalty of death for killing mine.
Yes.
I think that'll be fair, and I think it would change it. But they've been hiding behind these police departments and shooting our family members and children down and railroading them into prison, and we are doing nothing about it. But as time goes by, we leave our loved ones in prison, or as time goes by, and it's sad to say, this young man, Joseph Dwayne Taylor, 33 years old, 5 years from now, this would almost be like mayonnaise over the bread.
Mm.
I'm just being honest about this thing. It's going to be like mayonnaise over the bread. Will they come to a settlement or not? These officers that don't stand for what they did get held accountable. They're going to do it again. How many more times, Pastor Lacey, have we seen them do this? Over
And over again.
and over again. Because we're selling in court for $1. Civil rights violation, give us our money. Forget civil rights violation. I want the cop to stand fully responsible and stick him in the prison where everybody else is at. Don't give him no special privileges to have him put up away from everybody, because he needs to be dealt with for what he done. And if you go to prison, just like I will go to prison, you go to prison, they're going to stick us in there with the rest of the guy, and we'll have to be dealt with on how we dealt with the person or what we done in there. Whether it be for stealing bubble gum, whether it's still for murder or rape, child support, or whatever. He or she needs to go into the prison dressed just like everyone else. Nothing protects them.
Right.
And held accountable. It's time that we go and speak. I learned one thing. You want to get the government's attention, let the community come together and stick together.
Right.
They have no choice, because, see, when the economy goes down, it goes down because no hand economy workers are working. Without that, the senator can't get paid, the government can't get paid, the president can't get paid, none of them can get paid unless we and others who are economy hand workers go to work. If you pay attention to our communities, in our communities, you always see the Arab, the Chinamen, and other people come into our community, and they open up liquor stores, all kind of stores, weed store, house store, and they make a killing off of our monies as minorities. They don't respect us. They don't care for us. The police officers come up there and just pull you over. What you done with this nice kind of car? This and that. We're all, it's sad to say that I am a apostle, bishop, whatever you want to call me, entrepreneur, I'm all of this, but because of my skin tone, I'm already equal to the man that's in the street that's selling drugs. They don't have respect for us because we don't stick together. Now, this young man's death is just heinous. It didn't have to happen. To me, Pastor Lacy, what would it cost them to leave him sitting in the car and give him a traffic ticket and let him go?
Right. Right.
What would it cost them? Because he didn't want to obey you as a good master. And
Right.
he knew his rights and he spoke up. You order him out the car, snatch him out the car, and what do you think a young man gonna do? Even if he didn't have anything in his hand, he's going to retaliate because you are treating him wrong. I tell people all the time, you're whooping your children. You're gonna whoop the child and it's hurting. You're gonna tell him, shut up. Now, how does that sound, Pastor?
Mm-hmm.
You inflicted pain on someone and you're gonna tell them to shut up. Make that make sense.
Right. 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 Right.
So, because he retaliated by mouth, not physical, you gonna open up his car, snatch him out the car, and abuse him because he didn't want to obey your directives?
Right. Right.
We're not slaves anymore. You don't get to tell me how you feel and what you want me to do. If I'm not committing a crime, it's a traffic ticket, you give me a ticket, you send me on my way. I fight with you in the courtroom.
Right. Exactly.
You don't become the judge, the jury, and the executor down here on this job. And this is the thing that needs to be brought before the courts, the judiciary system. Just because you're a cop and you wear a badge doesn't make you somebody's father or mother. It makes you uphold the law and say, okay, this person's life does not need to be risked at them getting out the car. So your orders, officer, you're telling me and the news, in the world, your orders is so much important that they should be followed, that it's valuable, it's worth the value of a life. That's horrible, man. That's horrible. Your directives should not lead to someone's death.
Right.
That's pitiful. Let's finish watching the clip, Pastor, then we're gonna move on to the next segment of this thing here. Let's finish watching it. Let me have it added back to the scene as we head that way, and then we're gonna finish playing it from the other angle of this matter. I think it's horrible. I really do. I think it's horrible how they did this young man, and this needs not to be let down. I'm gonna back you up on it down there in Shreveport. When you there and you out on your picket and you going live, call us so we can take you and put you on the network live. We will not be blocked. We will not be bombarded. We're already on this network. So we ain't bought by nobody tell us what we can and can't do. We're not in that area of that. We gonna make this thing happen. I'm gonna stick with you, brother. You stick with me, and we're gonna get them to stop killing us.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes.
gonna get them to stop killing us. And guess what? This ain't gonna cost you a dime or me a dime. We gonna run the wheels off of this. We gonna run the wheel off this pastor. If we as pastors don't make a change in our community, God gonna hold us accountable.
That's right. That's right.
It's time that we as the leaders in the community to bring a change in our community.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's
That's
go. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
that's where we came from. Those are the people that is our history. That is our ancestors. It's
Right.
amazing in 2023 that we're
Right.
still doing things that was necessary in 1963.
Right. We need to fix it. So let's fix it. Let's look at it.
Yeah, so Pennsylvania versus Mims Supreme Court case, I can order anyone out of a vehicle for any reason. I don't need probable cause. If you make it more difficult than it needs to be, we can go that route. But man, I'm just trying to get you out of here quick.
You see what he said? Let's go that
I don't
route.
need
You
probable
see
cause
that?
to get you out of the vehicle.
Right.
Okay, you can't do it. I ain't got no reason. Okay, turn the car. All right, step out the car. See,
Well, that's what he had in his hand, a cell phone.
dude, get out the car. I'm not gonna fucking tell you again. Let him like get out.
Get out of the car, man. Get out of the car.
Get out. Hey, get his hand. Get his hand. I'm gonna shoot you. What about shoot you? Yeah, but he's got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Get out. Get out.
Now, Pastor Lacy,
Yes,
as we
sir.
pause this thing one more time, as we pause this thing one more time, it's amazing when the camera falls off. Every time you hear these words, he got a gun.
The gun. Right. Mm-hmm.
How is it that every time the camera falls off in the struggle, he's got a gun?
Exactly. That's the setup.
That's the number one setup. When you hear that, it don't be long. I don't care who the person is. It's a homicide. A murder just took place by an officer.
Right.
Every time. Every single time. The camera falls off the officer while in some type of scuffle. Got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. And I watched clips on YouTube where they said the same thing 2 or 3 times. And the young man said, I got a gun and my hand's up in the middle of the air. I watched several YouTube videos. I got a gun and my hand is sitting up on top of my steering wheel. You trying to shoot me.
Right. Right.
And you never see the officer get dealt with. How come the camera keep falling off? It's a reason why they got those cameras falling off. Then they tell you, just listen to the audio. How can I go against your audio when I don't he see the video and you saying the man got a gun? The last thing we saw in the man's hand, and then when they snatched him out the car, he had a phone in his hand. How did the phone turn into a gun?
Mm-hmm.
And if you snatched him out the car, Pastor Lacy, when he's on his way being snatched out the car by the left hand and the right hand is up, explain to me how come you did not see that gun while you were snatching him out of the car? How did he get a gun under him, Pastor Lacy?
Yeah,
While all three of you on top of him?
exactly.
No, Officer Simon. You're going to have to come better than me. Shreveport Police Department, you don't want me to start digging in your situation. Somebody better come clean quick, because this ain't making nobody sense. This is a clear murder case. And this young man shot that man over nothing. It's about power struggle. You shot that young man over power struggle because you want him to obey you, because you are an officer. You are a law. You go obey me. I got a badge on. This is what this was about.
Right.
This is what this is about. This is what this is about. Let's finish watching it, Pastor Lacy. We're gonna keep this thing here rolling. We're gonna come by every week. We're gonna keep on antagonizing. We're gonna keep antagonizing. I'm gonna get some other people down in the area to start carrying and showing this thing down there and getting everybody involved, because we ain't gotta worry about it. It's TV. Yeah, you gonna go to Roku, you can go to Apple, you pull it down and watch this live on the TV set right now. We're moving away from Facebook. We're moving away from YouTube. We're going straight to television. We're there. I could have been doing it, but we're moving away now. So I want you guys to, let's finish watching this clip. Let's finish watching this clip. My goodness.
Dude, get out the car. I'm not gonna fucking tell you again. What am I getting out the car?
That's what. Look at his hand. That's what you're saying. There's both hands.
You will now view Officer Simmons' in-car dashboard camera from the time the struggle is in view of the camera.
Get out of the car, man. Get out of the car.
Get his hand. I'm gonna shoot you. I swear to God, I'll shoot you.
Listen at the threat. I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you. Listen at it.
Yeah, but he's got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Get out. Get out. Get out.
He got a gun. Get up. Get up. Get up. Why would you tell him to get up if he
You will
got a
now
gun?
view
The best
a
thing
video
to do
taken by
is
a
stay on
bystander.
top of him.
This video was obtained.
Why would you tell him to get up? Man, this is crazy, Pastor Lacy. They on top of him. You can constrain him. You got him pretty much under control. You can control that arm. Why would you get up? He got a gun.
Notice he said he has a gun 3 times, but nobody got off of him. He had to tell them to get up, get up.
Get off of.
Yeah. So they wasn't afraid of a gun because they knew he didn't have one.
That's right. That's right.
And he say, "I'll kill you, MF. I'll shoot you. I'll shoot." And then after he threatened him 3 times, then he come back and say, he has a gun. He has a gun.
Right.
Get up.
Why did you threaten a young man? You will shoot him. Now, let me ask you, what is Shreveport Police Department saying?
Well, the Shreveport Police Department turned the investigation over to the Louisiana State Police.
Right.
So, of any information, it's their way of diverting the attention. So everything go through the state police. We've been going to Shreveport. We've been holding protests. We've blocked off the city council. We blocked off an intersection through downtown. and we got that footage released by blocking off the intersection.
Right. Wow.
So what we've been protesting, trying to get to a resolution, uh, uh, um, trying to get them to do what's right. And the right thing to do in this case, you see the bystander video, you didn't show the one that actually showed him getting shot.
Right.
But if
I have it. Let me go and get it. You go ahead and talk. I'm gonna go and get it.
I think they was getting ready to show it on that state police video, but they took the sound out, which is good because there was a lot of profanity in it.
Okay. Let's see if we can add it back then. Let's see. Let's add it back to it, and then we can go wide. Let's see if we can get it to go and do what it needs to do. Let's see.
Through an open source search. You
Okay.
will not hear audio.
This is it.
Okay.
So these guys think they're watching somebody get beat.
Right. Shot that many times in the back. What kind of threat is someone to you on their back?
The Louisiana State Police Bureau of Investigation.
He was in his stomach, so he was no threat to anybody.
At all. He was no threat at all. He was laying on his stomach with his back against him. How do you shoot someone from behind, Doc?
Right. I mean, if he's standing up and he's running away from you, even with the gun in his hand,
Right.
if he's away from you, you don't have the right to shoot him.
He's no threat at all. So
Right.
the state Louisiana state trooper, what are they still on an ongoing investigation or what they're doing with
Right.
it?
Right. They haven't given a final summary of evidence or what they have. But notice in the state police video where she talk about the images that she says a gun, but at the end they never show where there was a gun, if there was a gun, or where they found it. And the
No
reason
gun.
you with the image that he had a gun in his hand, they don't want. And the truth is, whatever was in his hand fell at the door of the car. If it was a cell phone, if it was a gun, whatever it was.
Because they snapped him and the phone was in his hand like I'm holding mine.
Yeah.
If somebody yank on you, first thing gonna happen is that.
Yeah.
That's horrible, man. That's horrible. That is so horrible. So what is y'all next move to do now? While waiting on this case.
Well, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go back personally on June the 1st and hold a protest at this Kettle Parish Courthouse.
Right.
The home of the district attorney, because I want the district attorney to know that when he get this case, when he get the summary from the Louisiana State Police, his team need to investigate this and they need to bring the appropriate charges. The officers, you can clearly hear the officer threaten to kill him. I'll kill you, MF. I'll shoot you.
Yeah.
Then you hear they sit up. There's a gun. Then you hear him tell the other officers to get back or get up so that he can't.
Get off of him. Get off of him.
Right. So there's premeditation. There's no threat, so there's no fear, and then there's a killing. It's premeditated murder. It's a first degree murder.
That's it.
And it would be a second degree murder.
That's it. So is the officer still on duty, or has he been relieved off duty until further investigation?
All three officers have been put on paid administrative leave. That's what they do, police.
Right.
What I'm asking for in the city of Shreveport is that the city council remove qualified immunity for the police officers.
Right.
Once they remove the qualified immunity for the police officers, next thing they need to do is they need to create a community review board and allow the citizen board to let the citizens, elected
Decide. Yeah.
voters, come in, and they need to get this evidence as soon as it happens.
Right. Right. Right.
They watch it with the chief of police and with the city council. They need
Right.
to watch it as soon as it happens,
Right.
so to determine if there is anything that's questionable right away.
Right. Right. That makes a lot of sense. What is the mayor saying and the chief of police?
Well, the mayor is a former attorney, so he's very tight-lipped. He
Right.
all of them are responding according to what the city attorney tells them, and which is pretty much to say nothing. Right. They deflected to the Louisiana State Police or deferred to the Louisiana State Police, who only say that it's an ongoing investigation. But this is almost this is a couple of days from being a month old. There should be a determination any day, is what I
Yeah,
expect.
any moment now that's coming. And then after that, if they don't find anything wrong that this officer did, then are you going to escalate it to the Bureau of
Well,
Investigation?
paperwork with the Department of Justice
Yeah, Internal Affairs, yeah.
investigate.
Right.
Here's another thing, Bishop. The Louisiana State Police is under investigation right now from the Department of Justice for the way they investigate crimes. You know,
Wow.
they had an incident where the state trooper beat a guy, Ronald Green. They beat him to death, and they lied and told the family that he had hit a tree. So
How,
the
how long that been ago?
yeah,
How long that been ago, Pastor?
this has been a couple of years. It's gone on for a couple of years. That's why the Justice Department is investigating them, because their investigative practices have come under question.
Right.
So it's like that old saying: you got the fox guarding the hen house. You know, it's how can we? One thing that we've learned is that police cannot police. There need to be a community review board, a citizen review board to police the police, because they can't police themselves.
Well, you see what's going on now. They policing themselves and they making sure everything that they do is right. Nobody can win against them. And then you pack the courthouse up every holiday for traffic tickets so you can get some of the people holiday money. Law forbid if they think they income tax. They post up at every corner doing income tax down there in Shreveport. If you got a half a light out, they pulling you over. If you ain't, it's amazing how they don't pull you over. You gotta have it light out until they know holidays coming in, and then the officer have the nerve to tell you we gotta meet our quota.
Hmm.
So giving you a ticket is not about solving criminal or crime or wrongfully doing or correcting. It's about money.
It is.
You want the money, no respect. That's why I tell these young ladies, why you go in the Chinese store buying these wigs and weaves for your head and they don't even tell you thank you for stopping by. You may go now, you pay, you go. Why
Right.
you dealing with these people? Run them out your community. Put them out of business. Your money is more value.
And with that in mind, Bishop, with the one thing that we started yesterday is we call Blackout Shreveport. We're asking people to black out Shreveport. Don't go to Shreveport, and the citizens of Shreveport, we're asking them not to shop on Fridays.
Right,
People on Fridays, and if we are successful and we're running this campaign, I'm advertising it on TikTok, Lacey Houston at TikTok. I'm advertising it on Facebook Reels, and we got people sharing it. And we're trying to. When you affect their money, you get their attention.
you'll get their attention. You want granddaddy told me, my papa Dennis told me, and if you want to hurt a man, hit him in his pocket.
That's right.
Hit them in their pocket, Doc. They gonna get right. Hit them in the pocket.
Hmm.
Listen, I want you to bring all of your stuff that you got that you're doing. Send it to me in the video. Send it to me in the video. I'm going to run your ads and everything on this channel unmercifully. No charge. Unmercifully. Everything you got dealing with this. Send it to me. We're going to run it unmercifully. And let's meet here every Saturday night until something change. Whether you be on here for 15 minutes or 10 minutes, I want you to stop in because I'm dealing with some other cases right now, young man. Excuse me. Y'all forgive me. I came on here and I just ate before I came on. But I'm dealing with a young man in Florida right now. This young lady got killed. And he had no weapon, no gun, no nothing. They charged him with murder and gave him life without parole. No gunpowder, Pastor Lacey. No nothing. No blood on it. No nothing. If we don't help ourselves, who gonna help us?
That's right.
I'm with you, man. Send me everything you need and you got concerning this case. This gonna be on television where millions and millions on top of tens of millions will see this story.
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna take it to the grounds. We're gonna leave it on the ground when you get ready to go down there to do your picket, what have you. Call me and we'll set it up. We can hijack your cell phone right where you at and go live, put you on TV just like we're doing now. We can put you on television live right there. Call us.
I sure will.
And we're gonna bring you back in every Saturday at 8 o'clock. Let's meet here until we get some things done. I want to update completely every Saturday at 8 o'clock. Fair
Yes.
enough?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. All right, you're welcome. Anything else you need to tell us, Pastor? Because we're getting ready to turn it in.
That's it. Thank you so much. Just thank you. God bless you, Bishop.
Indeed, Pastor. You know to call me. Let's keep in contact. Listen, folks, we going to get out of here. I want to thank every last one of you for coming on tonight, watching this show. Listen, share this information. Tell somebody about this situation, especially if you're in Shreveport, Louisiana. You need to be looking at this and dealing with this. I'm going to get in contact with KSLA and different other ones. We're going to get this ball game running in the background. We're going to get this thing worldwide, nationally pulled. That it won't be your son. It won't be your daughter laying on the side of the road for a traffic stop. We're going to fix this thing. And only we can do it. We can fix it. It's our community. Let's fix our community. Until next time. Y'all be good and take care of yourself. And we'll see you next Saturday right here at 8 o'clock concerning prisoners being in prison and our young people being killed. We pray for this family, Joseph Dwayne Taylor, and pray that they get comfort. I'm going to do everything. Pastor Lacey is going to do everything he's going to do to give this family comfort. And I want to give everybody in the community comfort, knowing that their children out, making it back home, not making it to the mall. We say good night, and we see you next time. God bless you. Be encouraged.